I got this book at the library sale. I love the feel of the cover. I love the look of the cover and the spine. There were a couple of problems with this book. One of the problems is that these corners are a little yucked up. And of course I had to stabilize the spine, which I used my ordinary spine reinforcement technique. When I finished it and it was all dry, and it's been drying a day or so now, I took my double-edged tape and put double-edged tape at the very edge of the inside of the cover in preparation for putting my signatures in. Now, there are a lot of decisions, or several decisions you have to make when you're attaching your signatures to your spine, and they have to do with how you're going to finish the inside of the book. You have several options, and one of the options happens to be an option for a book like this. I love this cover on this book. This is a Reader's Digest condensed book, and I love the inside cover. And so the piece that I attached the signatures to, because I didn't want to cover this up, I just put a decorative edge on this piece, and that's what the spine pages are attached to. And you will notice it's a rounded spine, and the signatures are actually not attached to the spine itself. And that helps to keep the signatures or the pages laying flat when you want to make journal entries. Another option is an option like this. I really love this book cover, and again, I love the natural aging of the book, and I kind of wanted to keep the inside covers just the way they are. And in this book I chose, because I used the laces in this book, I chose to just cut the inside piece that I'm going to attach the signatures to and add a piece of lace to the front and the back. And again, you'll notice that this is a rounded spine, and the spine piece that the signatures are attached to is not attached to the rounded spine. And another option is the option to cover up the whole inside. The inside of this book I didn't care for, and so I put the signatures on a piece, and then after I attached that piece to the cover, then I put a piece all over the inside front and back covers. And again, this spine does not attach to the rounded spine. Okay, so making those decisions are important, because when you go to put your stitches or signatures, attach your signatures to the piece that's going to go on the inside of the cover, you have to decide how you're going to finish the edges. Now, this particular book, after I get it in, I'm going to be putting pages on the inside of the covers. I'm going to cover the inside. So I just took the width of the spine plus the area for the ease plus 1.5 inches, and that's how large I made the spine piece that I attached the signatures to. And once I attached the signatures, I just used a long pamphlet stitch, and for purpose just as ease in handling, I just took a clip and clipped all of the pages of each signature together so I don't have so many pages flipping around. So the next thing I did was I took some cheesecloth, and this is just sewing cheesecloth. I used my template, and I cut, this is the template that I made for the inside of the spine, and I just did this on a piece of scrap paper, and I cut a bit of the cheesecloth. Now, for this particular book, I want a little bit of this to show on the ends of the spine. If you don't want that to show, then you would cut this piece a little longer, and you would just fold it over so that nothing would show on the edge. And so I just take my spine piece, my template, and I made it just the size of the spine piece. And then I'm going to take my 3-in-1 glue, and I'm going to liberally apply this between the stitches. and on the stitches, because I'm going to adhere my cheesecloth to this piece. And I'm just going to put it all over on the inside. Now this is going to dry pretty rapidly because the cheesecloth is not very dense. And so I'm just going to lay my cheesecloth on there and just kind of put it down, pat it down, get it in position, because I do want some of that to show on this particular book. And you just want that to go down, and you want that to dry. And it doesn't take long for it to dry. Now if I didn't want those pieces to show, then I would just turn it over. I'd have these edges a little longer and I would turn it over. Okay, so you just want that to dry. So on your book, you've put your double-edged tape on the page, the inside inner corner or inner edges of the covers. You're going to take your template and you're going to fold it in half, and you're just going to take some long paper clips and attach that template to that spine. And that'll tell you where the center of that spine is. And then you're going to take your, that's pretty dry already, it's amazing. You want to take your book, or the piece that you've attached your signatures to, and you'll notice I've cut just a little angle on each corner. And you want to try to match that center. Here's the center, and you want to try to match the center of that piece with the center of the spine. And then you're going to take a one of those big long paper clips, and you're going to paper clip that down. Now you will be able to move that around a little bit because that's just going to hold it in place. And then you're going to come down here and you're going to find the middle of that, and you're going to take a paper clip and you're going to paper clip in between those signatures. Okay, and so you have that kind of, you look at it, you're going to take the template out now that you used, because you no longer need to find the center. You've already found that center. And you're going to kind of give it a look-see to be sure that it's where you want it to be. And it is. And you've got some of that hanging out. I want just a little bit of that hanging out. It looks like I need to move it around just a shade maybe. This is the point where you can easily move it so that it's in the center. Maybe it needs to be moved a little more this way. Let's see. That looks pretty good. And then you're going to go and you're going to take a paper clip and you're going to paper clip the area between each of your signatures, and then you're going to paper clip one at the edge on either side. And this is just going to hold those signatures to the back. You're going to come in with another paper clip. You're going to put paper clip again between those signatures. So you're paper clipping this spine piece to the actual spine of the book. You want to give that a look-see. That looks pretty good. There's the center. And there's the center. That looks pretty good. And then you're going to come in and you're going to find where the edge of that cover is, and you're going to give this a little bit of a fold. And you're going to come in with your double stick tape, and you're going to put double stick tape along this edge, and you're going to put double stick tape along this edge only to the cover piece. And you're going to do that on both sides. So you see where that meets that cover piece. And then you're going to come to the front. And you're going to do the same thing. You're going to be sure that you have this folded where the cover piece ends. See, that's where the cover piece, the inside of the cover piece is. And then you're going to come in and you're going to put your double stick tape across here, like this. And you're going to put your double stick tape from the fold to the edge. And you're going to put your double stick tape from the fold to the edge. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're going to take our 3-in-1. We're going to put our 3-in-1 on the Tyvek. You're going to take your palette knife and you're going to smooth that out because you want that to be completely covered with the 3-in-1. And then you're going to come in, you're going to take the back off of your double stick tape all the way around. And with the book on the end like this, you're going to press that onto the back of your book. And that lays pretty smooth. And then you're going to do the same thing to the front. Or this is the back. You're going to take your beacon glue. Put a nice generous amount of beacon glue on that. You're going to remove the backing from your double stick tape. And again, I use 1/8" double stick tape, so if I want 1/4 inch, I use 2 pieces. And you're going to just snug that up. To the cover, like so. Now I'm ready. Now I'm going to go ahead and leave those attached until that's really, really dry. And now I'm ready to put my end cover pieces on and my fastener. Okay, now to cover those corners, I have created out of craft paper these corners. I've used craft paper, and when I get this adhered, then I'm going to take these corners and I'm going to glue these corners on so that the corners of the book then will be protected, and you won't see that where they were you know, a little bit jimmied up. And then I'll decide what I'm going to do with the rest of the front of this book. And that's how you attach your signature pieces to your cover. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take I really wouldn't ordinarily do this quickly. I would let it sit, let those paper clips sit on there, although it's not glued anywhere except on the cover. But I want to show you that the book lays nice and flat when your signature piece is not attached to the rounded spine of the book. Okay, so you need to get to your center because that's not attached to the spine of the book. And yet when you close your book, there you have it. I will then go ahead and put all my little tuck pieces and all that sort of thing in it, and I will decide what the closure is. But that's how you attach your signatures to a rounded spine. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.